Hi Sagittarius, this is going to be the collective for Sagittarius for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this is not going to resonate for every single Sagittarius out there. Before we get started, I'm going to light this candle. This is from my own line, Divinity. If you guys are interested in this, this is actually for the fire signs, where it symbolizes fire. Please check it out. The link will be listed down below in the description box, Light-Minded, as well as a promo code that gives you $50. If you spend $50 and up in purchase, it'll give you free shipping. So check out, the link is listed down below, you guys. So let's get started. So Sagittarius, I'm just going to do something a little different today. We're going to pull a single card and we're going to go through that as your main energy, and then we're going to pull another tarot deck just to get a little bit more into it. I'm going to try and keep this kind of short today just because I have a lot going on, and also I'm getting over a cold. I've been sick this whole time, so between work and being sick, it has been very difficult. So bear with me here, Sag. Now let's see what's going on for my Sagittariuses, the main collective of Sagittarius for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alright, so Sagittarius. I also find it interesting at the bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Swords. A lot of you guys currently at this time, Sag, what I'm already getting with this card is I feel like a lot of you guys are focusing on, there is this sense of wondering what direction to take in your life. So what I am picking up here from my Sagittarius is I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of figuring out, like, do I want this type of a relationship? Do I want this type of job? There's something in your guys' life that you guys are currently questioning. And I feel like it's questioning it on the soul level of what is it that you actually want. Because there is this part of you guys that maybe at one point you felt like you knew what you wanted to do. Maybe you were trying to go after it. But then you kind of stopped yourself, and maybe as life progressed, you kind of come to the realization that maybe you don't actually know what you want, or maybe you thought you wanted this, but you're not really sure. There is this sense of self-doubt that is kind of, I feel like is kind of stopping you guys from actually making a clear decision. I feel like a lot of you guys are on the fence about something and you're not quite sure whether to accept this or to move forward with this. There is this back and forth energy that I'm feeling with this card. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, as well as maybe you have numbed a part of your emotions to the point where maybe you're not even aware of what you want on an emotional level. Because there is this point in time, Sag, where I feel like there were certain events that took place in your life that got you to where you are now currently. And maybe you're looking back at that, now you're looking forward, and you're kind of looking around all of the directions of your life, and you're kind of deciding, you know, I could make this choice, I could do this, or I could stay where I'm at. There is this sense of, what should I do? What should I choose? But there's also, what I'm getting to is, there is a type of belief that you have that might be keeping you from actually progressing forward, that's keeping you uncertain. There is this sense of confusion, maybe not sure where you want to exactly land. There's this part of you guys that maybe feels like you've settled. So you're trying to find ways not to, it's like you're afraid of settling for things that you know that you want more of, if that makes sense. Because I do get this sense that for some of my Sagittariuses, maybe in the past you've settled. So there is like, I'm just getting a lot of thoughts. As I'm talking, it just feels like there's a lot of chatter going on in your mind right now. There's a lot of questioning your own motives, questioning yourself, wondering if what you're doing is right or wrong. Kind of wondering if because there is this sense of like even maybe morality coming into play here, Sag, because there is this feeling of, okay, I think I want this. I'm pretty sure I want this, but not knowing how to get there, not knowing how to make that happen. There's like you're missing something. There's like certain steps that you're not quite where you want to be. And it almost feels scattered. Your energy feels very scattered. Even as I'm communicating, I feel like I'm jumping around and I want to jump from topic to topic because it kind of feels like maybe that's what's happening in your life currently. Is there is something about you guys maybe jumping back and forth on something. There is this sense of questioning your own abilities, questioning what you can and cannot have. There is this needing to get out of your comfort zone. And I feel that there is fear and a lot of insecurities kind of coming up in the forefront here, Sag. So I'm going to pull some cards, you guys. I am so excited. So I don't know if any of you guys are like me, but I do play video games off and on. And one of my favorite games was like Skyrim and Fallout. I really am a big fan of Bethesda's games. And I've always wanted to have a tarot deck that was Fallout, and I thought it was never going to happen, and then I found it the other day, so I had to buy it. And so this is my first time using this deck, and I'm extremely excited. So yeah, I wanted to kind of share that with you guys because, see, it even has like the little Pip-Boy. I just love it. If you guys don't know what Fallout is, it's a video game. It's fine if you don't. But I was just really excited about it. I like how the cards look very withered and worn out. I just think they did a good job on the deck. Wish the thickness of the deck was a little more. It's a little thin, but I still like this deck. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because I was really excited about this deck and excited that I get to try it for the first time with you guys, Sag. So yeah, let's get into it here. What is going on for my Sagittariuses at this time for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Because I want to get more into what is this indecisive energy that you guys are in. There is something about you guys making some life-altering decisions here, Sag. And I feel like it's because maybe you're sick of where you're at. Currently, you're sick of where you're living, or you're just kind of sick of life in general currently. The High Priestess, the Ten of Steel, Muskets, the Ten of Scents. So let's see. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the synths are, sorry you guys, I should have researched this a little more, but I just got this deck, so I didn't really have time to go through what each thing is. Pretty sure the Muskets is fire, steel, and cups. So there is this sense of, yeah, like no movement, right? Here with this Chariot in the reverse, no movement. You guys seem to be kind of in this indecisive energy. Now, what I'm kind of getting here is there's something that you are not seeing here, Sag. And I feel like it has something to do with a lot of self-doubt. You're doubting your own abilities. There's something that you guys maybe want to do, maybe you want to work on, maybe you want to create, and you're doubting your own capabilities. You're having a really hard time deciding on what it is that you want to go for. Now, I feel like it's because this is maybe, like I said, something that could be life-changing, like maybe even purchasing a home, right? It doesn't have to be like that, but I am sensing that there is something here that makes you a little on edge, Sag, because you're not really sure which direction to choose. Now, what I feel like is clouding your judgment is past experiences that led you to this state of fear. Now, you're afraid that if I say, for instance, all right, let's say that this is somebody proposes to you, and maybe in the past you were divorced or something happened to you, right? Now, these are just examples. But something that could have happened in your past that could have hurt you is now showing up in your experience now. And it's kind of re-triggering you to bringing up that past. There's something here that's drudging up the past, and it's here for you to heal it. It's here for you to acknowledge it. Now, it's normal for our brains to, especially our nervous system, to remember things that was traumatic or things that hurt us so that we can deal with it when it comes back around. But what happens is when we haven't fully processed it, we react instead of respond. And I feel like for some of you guys, there's something here that's triggering you in the moment, Sag, that's kind of requiring you to maybe pull back your energy and reevaluate, okay, is this really what's going on in the present? Or am I just reliving the past pain? Am I reliving the past experiences? Because I feel like you guys are waiting for something to come in. You're waiting for something to change. But it's like you don't believe that it's going to change. There's something about a limiting belief that's keeping you guys from actually moving forward. Some of you guys, maybe you're waiting on someone to communicate. You could be waiting on somebody to come in and save you. There is this sense of waiting for something to change, but you are the only one that can change this situation and change the environment. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's having to get you out of that mindset. There's something here that's kind of calling you to get out of your comfort zone. It's calling you to see things in a different way. You need to look at things in a higher perspective, and how you do that is by observing all of the situation, but like maybe perhaps keeping your emotions and certain beliefs out of it. Because when you have certain experiences, it's really hard to get past those experiences. But just because something has a similar energy, or just because there's something that's similar in the past, doesn't mean that it's going to repeat itself, but you holding on to it could very well mean that it's going to repeat itself. So it's basically asking you here, Sag, to really reevaluate what is possible for you. Because if you're holding on to, say, this belief that like, oh, this isn't going to happen for me, I'm never going to be able to get that 10 of cups, I'm never going to be able to move forward in my life, I'm never going to be able to create the things that I want to actually create, it's keeping you guys stuck from actually moving forward, which is what you need to do in order to progress forward. Because I feel like you guys, you have some kind of potential, some kind of idea, some kind of belief. There's something that you guys want to do. There's something you want to move forward with. But because you guys have this belief that you're not worthy of it, or that you don't deserve it, my apologies, guys, that you're not worthy of it, it's kind of keeping you guys stuck from actually moving past it. So it's kind of asking you to slow down. There's something here about needing to really slow down and think about it. So I feel like some of you guys, maybe you need to get like a piece of paper. You need to maybe write down your limiting beliefs. Like, so say for instance, if you want to have, let's say if this is like love related, because that's just an easy topic to talk about, right? Let's say if this is love related and you want to date somebody new. You want to maybe get out of your comfort zone, maybe go for somebody that is different than your usual type. Maybe you want a change in your relationships. You need to be the one to make that change happen. You can't sit there and hope and wait for Prince Charming to come in. You have to ground your own energy. You have to first become clear. What is it that you want in a person, in a partner? What is it that you want when it comes to long term. Now, when you think about that, you might say, okay, now I want to attract this type of person, but what would this type of person be attracted to? And then start learning to become the reciprocal of that. So if you want somebody who's financially literate, you have to become first financially literate. You have to learn how to save money, or have to learn how to handle your money better. If you want to be loved and cherished, you need to learn to get more into your feminine energy, where you can be more receptive, more receiving. There's different things that you can do to change and shift your energy that's going to give you more of a push in the right direction for you to attract what you want. Because there's something here that's blocking you of like, oh, I don't deserve that, or no, this isn't going to happen for me. It's kind of keeping you in this lower vibrational energy. It's not helping you get to where you want to go. You're focusing on the wrong things. So that's almost saying here, Sag, to shift your energy from, instead of waiting or hoping or wishing and feeling like it's never going to happen, maybe you need to write down, this is what I want my partner to be. This is what I want to go from. These are my goals. And then you need to write down the limiting beliefs next to it as to why that's impossible, or why do you feel like that's impossible. And then you need to learn to shift that mindset to it becoming possible. What I've learned in my own healing is that a lot of the times I have to heal from misunderstandings. So sometimes I will have a belief because someone said, oh, well, you're ugly, or oh, you're this, or oh, you're that. And then I ended up believing that person with no real logical facts or no real truth. I just believed what I was told as a child, right? You don't know any better. So you have these beliefs. And then as you go through these beliefs, you're kind of realizing how childish they are. You kind of realize how silly they are. You kind of realize, maybe I misunderstood this person. There could be a lot of misunderstandings. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, Sag, is maybe you have a misunderstanding about your own capabilities. Maybe you have a misunderstanding on what is possible for you. Just because it wasn't possible for your mom or your aunt or somebody else doesn't mean that it's not possible for you. So there's something here about needing to see things from a different perspective, needing to shift the way you're viewing this. There's something here about constantly second guessing yourself, or nothing kills your intuition more than self-doubt, because sometimes we will believe something and it sounds kind of crazy, like, oh, I would love to have this partner, but I don't see that ever happening. And then you kind of close yourself off to the possibilities because you don't see it being possible. That doesn't mean that it's not possible, but you holding on to that belief of, this is never going to happen for people like me. This is not what's going to, I'm not very successful. I'm not very attractive. I'm not very smart. When you have these limiting beliefs, it kind of stifles what is truly possible for you. It kind of stifles what is even like accurate, right? There is like these illusions that we have about ourselves that are just not true, that other people don't necessarily see, but we believe them to be real. So it starts to kind of reflect that in our external. And so, Sag, I feel like that's kind of what's happening for you guys at this time. So it's really asking for you to really get clear on what is it that you want, how can you get there, why do you want it, and then write down why you believe you can't get it. And then reevaluate all of it as a whole and start to decide from there, because there is this sense of clouded judgment, confusion. Maybe you want to go in 2 different directions, maybe even 3 different directions. There is this sense of really kind of feeling overwhelmed at this time, Sag. So it's really asking that you take a second to breathe, pull yourself back a little bit, and to reevaluate before moving forward. Because I feel like once you move forward, you're going to be able to finally start making sense. You're going to be able to finally start holding that and going forward with what it is that you actually need. Because there is this feeling here of feeling like you're not where you need to be. You're not where you want to be. So it's kind of giving you this, it's kind of asking you to put yourself into a better situation so that down the line you're not suffering. Because I feel like you want to get to a specific goal, but you're wanting to start off, but you're like this Queen of Swords in the reverse. But when you become more clear here, Sag, you're going to be that Page of Steel. You're going to be that Page of Swords, and it's going to help you make it step by step. So what I'm saying here is that you're going to have to take it step by step. And when you do that, it's going to get you to where you need to go. But first you have to get very clear on what it is that you want to go, what it is that you actually want, and what you're willing to settle for and what you're willing to not settle for. And when you can get those clear, when you can get that figured out, then Sagittarius, can I see you moving forward? Can I see you guys actually progressing? But it's asking you to get out of your own head. Maybe, like I said, write things down, get all of that out of your head, right? Like, okay, when you put it on paper, it becomes more concrete. It can help you kind of organize your thoughts, because I feel like you guys might be all over the place mentally with your thoughts. And then start going from there. Start evaluating your feelings about the situation and how you can process those feelings to release that energy charge so that you can actually now make way to getting to where you want to go. But in order for you to get to where you want to go, you have to let go of limiting beliefs. You have to let go of old feelings that you've been holding on to. So it's asking you to sacrifice past experiences, past feelings, past hurts. It's asking you to heal all of that. It's asking you to let go of some of these outdated beliefs in order for you to get what you've been asking for, in order for you to go for what you really want. So that's what I see for my Sagittariuses. I hope this resonates for you and helps you guys in some way. Have a great and wonderful day, Sag. Thank you so much. Bye.